revolutionized technology, built one of the most valuable companies in the world, and changed the way we live. But was he a visionary genius or a ruthless tyrant? This is the story of Steve Jobs, a man who inspired millions, but also left a trail of controversy and broken relationships in his path. From firing employees in elevators to running a company where stress and burnout were the norm. This is the real story of Steve Jobs and Apple. The birth of Apple. It all started in 1976, inside a small garage. Steve Jobs and his friend Steve Wozniak built the first Apple computer. But while Wozniak was the tech genius, Jobs was the master salesman who turned Apple into a global brand. But Apple wasn't built on creativity alone. It was built on relentless ambition. The rise and fall of Steve Jobs. In 1984, Jobs introduced the Macintosh, changing personal computing forever. But behind the scenes, chaos was brewing. Jobs' leadership style was harsh, demanding, and even cruel. He insulted employees in meetings, calling their work shit. He forced teams to work insane hours, often over 100 hours a week. He even refused to acknowledge his own daughter, Lisa, despite naming a computer after her. In 1985, Apple's board had enough. They fired their own founder, sending Jobs into exile. But this wasn't the end. It was just the beginning. Jobs saves Apple. After being kicked out, Jobs started Next, which failed. But he also bought Pixar, turning it into $1 billion company. By 1997, Apple was on the verge of bankruptcy. So they did the unthinkable. They brought Steve Jobs back. Within a few years, Jobs launched the iMac, iPod, and iPhone, turning Apple into the most valuable company in the world. Apple's brutal work culture. But behind Apple's success was a toxic work culture. Employees reported extreme pressure, fear, and burnout. Jobs was known for publicly humiliating employees. He fired people on the spot, even for minor mistakes. Apple isn't just known for innovation, it's also been accused of worker exploitation, tax evasion, and monopolistic practices. Foxconn's scandal, reports of suicides, and forced overtime in Apple's supplier factories, Apple tax scandal. Apple was exposed for avoiding billions in taxes. Stock option controversy. Jobs denied early employees stock options, keeping Apple's wealth within a small circle. So, was Steve Jobs a genius or a tyrant? Did Apple's success come from vision or aggressive business tactics? One thing is certain, Steve Jobs didn't just build a company, he built a legacy. Let us know in the comments. Is Apple still as innovative as it was under Jobs? Don't forget to subscribe for more business insights.